Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Nobody warns you that when Bo Bichette leaves, he doesn't simply vacate shortstop. He takes a pulse with him, a rhythm, a certain electricity that once hummed through the middle of the Toronto lineup now echoes faintly, like a stadium after the lights go out. Bo is gone, and with him disappears more than production. He leaves behind expectation, pressure, and a void that refuses to be neatly filled. And that's where Toronto's real dilemma begins, because this decision isn't about replacing a position, it's about defining who the Blue Jays intend to be in 2026. Replacing Bichette isn't difficult in the traditional sense, it's almost impossible in the emotional one. You don't just plug in another name and pretend the energy returns. But baseball has a way of forcing uncomfortable conversations, and into that silence steps a name that refuses to be ignored. CJ Abrams, an all-star in 2024, steady, confident numbers in 2025, a .257 average, 19 home runs, a .111 OPS+. On paper, impressive. On the field, dynamic. Abrams doesn't just play the game, he attacks it. Speed, power, control, and the promise of 20 home runs with 40 stolen bases dancing just beneath the surface every season. And then there's the part front offices obsess over late at night: control. 3 full seasons left on his contract, not a rental, not a gamble that evaporates after one run. Stability and production walking hand in hand. For a team searching for footing after Bichette's departure, that combination feels almost intoxicating. But of course, nothing this clean ever comes without a cost. The whispers point towards Washington, a Nationals club willing to listen, perhaps even ready to pivot. The suggested package, reported by Christopher Klein, is heavy enough to make anyone flinch. JoJo Parker, Ricky Tiedemann, Charles McAdoo. 3 names each carrying a piece of Toronto's future. Tiedemann, in particular, isn't just another arm. He's a left-handed force with the potential to anchor rotations or dominate high-leverage moments. Giving him up isn't trimming excess, it's amputating possibility. Parker and McAdoo soften the blow slightly. Valuable prospects, yes, but perhaps movable if the mission is immediate contention. And that's the uncomfortable fork in the road. Does Toronto sacrifice tomorrow to shorten the distance to October glory today, or do they hold the line and trust patience in a market that rarely rewards it? Pause for a moment, because the ripple effect of this move goes far beyond shortstop. The infield as currently imagined feels functional, but not transformative. Abrams changes that instantly. He doesn't just slot in, he rearranges gravity. Every defensive alignment, every base-running decision, every lineup construction bends slightly around his presence. He brings an aggressive mindset, the same daring instinct Bichette once carried, but with a key difference: Abrams is still climbing. This isn't just about numbers, it's about identity. Toronto wouldn't be acquiring a replacement, they'd be purchasing momentum. For Washington, Abrams becomes currency, a premium chip to accelerate their rebuild. For Toronto, he becomes a declaration that hesitation is no longer acceptable. Still, the cost lingers like a shadow. Tiedemann could be a number 2 or 3 starter for years. Parker and McAdoo represent depth, flexibility, and future leverage. Lose them, and the safety net thins dramatically. This is high-risk, high-reward baseball in its purest form. Now, picture 2026. Toronto wants to win, not wait. Abrams delivers now, but also protects the present with contract certainty. History tells us these moves work best when the incoming player brings more than raw output. Abrams offers hunger, athleticism, and room to grow. He could be what Bichette was, but also something new, something evolving. Think about the human element. A new all-star walks into the clubhouse. Chemistry shifts, energy recalibrates. Abrams has lived with pressure and still wants more. For fans, he's immediate hope, a reason to believe again. If you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Blue Jays Report, because these are the decisions that define eras. Straight talk now. Toronto gains a defensively solid, explosive shortstop under team control. They lose 3 young talents who could shape the future. The scales tip towards the present, but only if Abrams stays healthy, productive, and fearless. And that's where opinions fracture. Some say win now while the window is open. Others warn that mortgaging the future always sends the bill eventually. Washington benefits too. Prospects arrive, flexibility returns, a rebuild sharpens into focus. The trade makes sense on both sides, but the pressure lands squarely on Toronto's shoulders. If Abrams thrives, steals bases, hits in the clutch, and commands the moment, the Blue Jays could be staring at a renewed path to October. If he stumbles, the absence of those prospects will echo loudly. And that's the drama. This decision isn't statistical, it's strategic, psychological, financial, and emotional. It's about identity. Abrams isn't just a name, he's a statement. So, I'll leave you with this. Do you take the risk, move the prospects, and embrace the now? Or do you protect the future and search for another path? Drop your thoughts below, because this choice will be felt far beyond the box score. Sometimes franchises aren't defined by what they gain, but by what they dare to give up.